Hello and welcome to Meet the Brand. I am your host, CoCo Nicole, aka Talk Radio, aka Here Talk from the 203-860. This is our first live show, and we are sitting with the founder of a new brand that's out in CT making its waves called Eastendexoticz. So tell everybody about yourself. I already know you, so just tell the people about yourself, where you come from, who you are.
I was raised in Bridgeport. I was born in Germany. My father was in the service. My mother's from New York, and my father's from down south.
Okay. So you grew up on like the east side of Bridgeport, right?
Yeah,
not the East End, but the east side, because I'm the East End, you the east side. You came over to the East End from the east side.
Facts.
Well, but in the late 70s, early 80s, that was like a big, drug, gun era. So tell the people, what you experienced during that era and how it affected you.
Growing up, I seen like crack bottles on the street, people selling drugs. I didn't really see that much killing, maybe because I was young or wasn't around the areas like that. But, just the normal stuff.
Yeah, but we definitely seen a lot of crackheads coming up,
crackheads, stuff like that.
we seen a lot of the OGs coming up smoking weed.
Right,
you know
right.
what I'm saying,
Drinking,
hanging out. They
out,
had like the
singing
things
at the corners.
right, the things called the strips, like in the park back in the day. They used to
Right.
make about in strips, people would park their cars, music would be
They
blasting,
got the bars in the trunk.
weed would be blowing everywhere. You know what I mean? The good old days, but it was still illegal and people were still getting locked up. Shit, you could get locked up for a nickel bag of fucking weed, right?
Yeah. I did time for 4 bags of weed.
Yeah, that's
4 bags.
literally 4 bags of weed. More than that as you grew up, but yeah. So how did that change your perspective and how you wanted to deal in becoming into the weed industry? How did that change your perspective about, hustling?
Well, for me, going in and out, I seen that the streets was changing. It was getting a lot slower. You had to come up with a different plan, as well as me having kids. So that kind of slowed me down and think of life different. I couldn't go in and out of jail. My mom's passed. So it's like basically, I kind of like grew up a little more mature. More mature.
Yeah, because I can imagine getting arrested as many times as you have for what you're actually doing now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It probably hindered you in a lot of things that you wanted to accomplish in your life, right? Yeah. So how did you get your start in the weed industry? What did you have a plan? Did you write a business plan? I know a lot of people don't really know too much about getting in the weed industry. So tell them exactly, what steps you kind of took, elaborate on that.
Well, for me, I had, just tapped in with the right people. I got into this ZA game through Jay Paid on Lucky East Indians. And, I guess he was too busy for me. So, I got connected to LB and he got me on the right track. So it's just straight jokes up. No more paid genetics.
Okay. So you were Jokes Up at one time?
Jokes Up, I was paid genetics jokes through Jokes Up.
Okay.
Now I'm with LB. No disrespect to Jay Pay. Like I said, I guess he was kind of like busy. I couldn't reach out to him. I had to keep my brand moving. So I got with the right people, connected me to LB, the big homie, Chili Wonka. Shout out to him. And he's leading me on the right track.
Okay. So in paid genetics and dealing with LB, what were the difference between doing business with both of the two? So in paid genetics, you weren't really stamped.
I was stamped with paid genetics.
You were stamped with
yes,
paid genetics.
I still got a paid genetics stamp.
Okay.
But I'm gonna just go, the right way with LB or whatever. No disrespect to Jay Paid, like I said. I just needed more insight as to where I could take my brand. And I feel, to me, he was too busy for me when I reach out. That's all.
Okay. So the name Eastendexoticz, where did it come from?
Well, I be hanging on the East End, so for quite a while now, since the early 90s. So that's where I came up with the name Eastendexoticz. Newfield is known for the weed since the 70s. So I just wanted to keep it right there, keep it organic.
Keep it organic.
Keep
So
it
that's where
organic.
you got the Braxton logo
Right,
from.
it's an iconic
Yeah,
building.
yeah. And
Rest in peace to Mr. Braxton.
the East Indians, because
Right.
East Indians was something that we kind of,
Yes,
put.
let me get that clear. Let me get that clear for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell it to the camera.
Let me get that clear for everybody. East End Blaze or Moody, Tomahawk Dark is the first ones with the name East Indians for the East End. I'm just the first person with the hashtag. I took that name and I ran with it, but we all Indians.
Definitely. So who would you like to collab with? And like any rappers, any entertainers, with your weed brand? Who would you like to see, like, smoking it, promoting it?
Well, I like to see everybody smoking it, but basically,
Of course.
yeah, but my first collab is with Grease Monkey from Boston. Shout out to Grease Monkey. We got the East Indians Paw Grease Berries.
Okay.
Shout out to Bandits because I really want to do something with her. I would like to do something with Nassau Jokes Up, Trappuccino Jokes Up, Explosive Gumbo, and whatever else we got in store. You just got to wait and see. I can't give up too much.
Too much.
Yeah, I can't do that, but it's coming.
All the time that we have for today. If you're a small business and you want the exposure and you want a show like this in your establishment, make sure you email me directly at talkradio203@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Instagram or Facebook _talk_radio_.